Well, I think we're going to have a nice conversation today. I have a few ideas to share with you. First off, bringing all you awesome people together is not an easy task. So I want to acknowledge each one of you for coming today because it takes time, energy, and resources to be here. And for someone organizing it, it takes energy to do that as well as some of the representatives who have come. So I'd like to acknowledge you. Turn to your left, turn to your right. Look at Stephanie and Fetz. So let's acknowledge one another for being here today. Show up and fight for freedom. I'm here to tell you today that homeschooling is awesome, it's tremendous, it's amazing, it's great. Homeschooling and unschooling holds the brightest future for kids in this state, in this country, and in this world. Let me give you my definition of homeschooling. Homeschooling is when a leader creates or facilitates an atmosphere where personalized or voluntary learning occurs. And under that umbrella would be unschooling. So homeschooling is the umbrella there. And the subset, which I say is the largest and the fastest growing subset, unschooling, which is 100% self-directed, and I love unschooling as well. So the reason I love homeschooling is because of the great results it's produced over the last 2,000 years. And, yeah, 2,000 years, it's proven. It's proven. I'm also here to tell you that the state monopoly forced school system was specifically designed to create obedient people for the benefit of the state and giant corporations. How many of you have heard of John Taylor Gatto? How many of you have not heard of John Taylor Gatto? Okay, he spent 30 years in the public school in New York, won the State Teacher of the Year twice, and he was so curious, why are the schools designed this way? So take a look at this free stuff on YouTube. Check him out. He's a great man. He's 83 years old right now. God bless you, John Gatto. I believe compulsory schools will be remembered as the #1 cause of student boredom, student depression, and student suicide. Forcing kids into a building full of adult strangers for 12 years and making them do boring assignments, irrelevant tests in order to evaluate their intelligence is not an education. Schools that mandate attendance are outrageous, unnecessary, and unacceptable. So before I throw the entire compulsory school system under the bus, I want you to know my mother was a public school teacher for 20 years, and I have close family members who I love dearly also who are principals and teachers inside the school system. So I know there's good people inside the system. However, as John Gatto said, it's a psychopathic system. The question I hope every parent will begin asking themselves is, what is an education? I hope they'll discuss it over breakfast, over lunch, and over dinner. I hope they ask their teachers and their principals and their superintendents, what is an education? The reason I'm raising this question deliberately is because this bill, AB 2756, is just a tiny glimpse of what the state would like to do to your homeschooling rights. The technique they're using is called the boiling frogs method, whereby frogs die slowly in a boiling pot of water as the heat is turned up in such small degrees the frogs cannot feel themselves being cooked to death, so they don't move and they don't jump out of the water. If the state could ban homeschooling outright, it would. Just like it was banned in many states in this country just a few decades ago. Back then, parents were forced to pay money or even be put in jail for homeschooling their own kids. In 1976, a former public school teacher by the name of John Holt coined the phrase, the Children's Underground Railroad. And like the original Underground Railroad, which helped humans escape slavery, John Holt wanted homeschooling to help children escape the slavery of mandatory schools. More recently, in 2008, as mentioned by the senator, a court said that a parent without a teaching credential could not teach their own child, homeschool their own child. Thankfully, that ruling was reversed a few months later because many parents spoke up, just like you guys are speaking up right now, and they said, we will not allow this to continue. So here we are, 2018, some politician about to force a home inspection upon every homeschooling family, violating your basic human rights to privacy. However, I don't know if this is confirmed or not, the bill's sponsor might have amended it, and so now it's just a data collection. But whatever piece of paper him and his buddies try to pass into law will never take your rights away as a mother and father. Let me tell you why. Your rights are not granted to you by the state. Your rights are granted to you by your humanity. The fact that you are a human being means you have human rights that cannot be taken away. Some call them your God-given rights. However you choose to call them, please know that nobody has the right to your body and your life, or your kid's body and their life. It belongs to them. Your body is yours. In short, you may be their guardian and protector, but at some point they'll leave the nest and they'll realize, oh, this is my body, this is my life. And this is according to the principle of self-ownership. You own your body. I own my body. The person to your left, the person to your right, they own their body. That's a fact. And nobody has the right to force anything into your body, your children's body, especially dangerous drugs like vaccines. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. allegedly said, "One has a moral obligation to disobey an unjust law." Would the civil rights movement have grown so large if Dr. King and other activists would have obeyed the law? Remember that it was state law that forced people to use different bathrooms based only on the color of their skin. So let me say it again. Homeschooling is good, it's awesome, it's amazing, it's the future, it's respectful, and the support for homeschooling will continue to grow. I suggest some of the people here, maybe people online, connect with the people here, exchange phone numbers, connect with them on Facebook. These are your allies, these are your comrades, these people have some similar beliefs. Forget the politics, this transcends, this is the freedom for the minds of your children. Make new friends, feel free. Feel free to connect with me on Facebook. I have a free Facebook group called Homeschool Leader, which helps train parents to homeschool peacefully. My name is David Rodriguez. As I mentioned, as Stephanie mentioned, I published the Underground History about American Education by John Gatto. I do have a few books. If you want to come see me afterwards, I have a few copies. And lastly, I ask you to remember your individual power as a human being, because each one of you have deep strength and untapped potential. And with such abilities, you can jump out of the boiling water and you can rescue your kids from the 12-year prison sentence, also known as forced schooling. I love you all. Thank you so much. God bless you all.